Here are a few questions today. How do we identify if our fear is a protector to listen to, or if it is an old program that needs fear as a prisoner? Fear is a protector. The question comes, is it true? Before we conclude whether fear is a protector or not, one has to understand what is fear. Then we can label it if it is necessary, whether it is protector or not a protector. The very word protection indicates and is related with a smaller aspect. For example, you can protect this house, you can protect this cat, you can protect this camera. Is there any necessary to protect the sky? Have you ever seen sky protector? You can protect the ponds, you can protect the rivers. Is there anything like protecting the ocean? Or protecting the space? Why so? Why we are not trying to protect all those things? Because they are bigger. They are bigger. You have no equipment to protect the sky. At the maximum, you can protect the ponds and rivers. They are small compared to sky. Hence, the word protection and the size is correlated. Please understand very deeply the fear factor. The truth behind fear. Who has introduced the idea of fear? Is that inborn or came into the being later on? Are we born with fear or introduced? Who introduced the fear? We have to question here also, examination. Questioning. It was introduced by somebody. It's a part of the program. Fear. And part of the program is protection again, creating one thing and another program. First the introduction of fear and then the introduction of the program, protection. How you are introduced to the world? By your parents. How the introduction happened? Please go back. How you are introduced to the world when you are a small child? You are introduced as so and so, you are so and so. Isn't it? So and so. Who is that so and so? Can you describe so and so? In other words, you are introduced to the world as if you are a small entity. A small entity. You are a child, a small. Child means small. Why children are considered to be small? Because their physical structure is small. Adults are big in size. Children are smaller in their size and shape, hence they are small. See the introduction. The very introduction started that you are small, you are small.
Even an adult is small.
Now you understand what is needed as a protection. The small things are needed as a protection. Isn't it? First the world introduces you that you are small. Now they are introducing fear because you are small, something may engulf you. So you have to protect. See the chain of programming. Nobody almost introduces a child as you are vast. 99% of the parents, they introduce the children to the world as small. Even when the child tries to say something, they say, hey, you are small, don't open your mouth. I am big. First is suppression. You are small, sit down. There is a god in India, Child Krishna. Child Krishna, just born Krishna. There's a story saying that when that small child Krishna, the Lord Krishna, when he was a small child, when he opens the mouth, his mother saw the whole world inside the mouth. That's an entire universe. It's such a beautiful description. For that matter, every god and goddess of India has got its tremendous philosophy behind it. This is so beautiful. To show that child is not small. How many parents honestly
Worship their child.
they are introducing their children in such a way that they are not small. They are vast, they are eternal. Most parents, they introduce their children as you're small, so you have to be careful, afraid of. Fear creation area. The introduction of smallness, the creation of fear, and to protect. See the complications. One after another. Program after program, wrong programming. It's called wrong programming. From the childhood. Why the wrong programming is going on? Because we do not know the truth. We don't know the truth, hence we are programming in a wrong way. We are not expert. Absence of expertising. The programming started. This is called ignorance. So I suggest to the questioner, don't keep these words, fear, in your dictionary. It is simply your imagination of your mind. There is no such thing existing like that. It is a part of your programming. Deprogram now, here, today. It's a wrong programming. The center we discussed before the question session is such a vast. There is no need to protect it. It's like a sky. Sky doesn't require any protection. Hence no fear. Because of the vastness there is no fear. You are that. Even death cannot touch you. Have you ever seen the sky dying? Have you ever seen? Clouds die because they are born. That which born, they die. Clouds are born, they die one day. Morning the clouds appearing, evening they die. With the blessing of rain. But sky, have you ever seen the sky dying? Are you the cloud or the sky? You are introduced like a cloud when you are a small child. Hence they supplied the fear. It's a free supply to you. This is a time to drop that imagination. This is just an imagination. Fear is an imagination. It's a projection of the mind. Then you are free. Where is the question of protection, all kind of things. When the imagination itself is not existing, there is no work upon it. You become jobless. Save more energy. The simple imagination of fear is sucking your energy. Fear of different kinds. You become weak. By supplying this idea of smallness, tininess, that you are tiny, that you are, hence you need to have fear as a protection, all these ideas are weakening you. To weaken you. This is a time for you to drop that imagination. You are vast like a sky or more than a sky.
Even the sky is stopping.
The sky is not afraid of anything. No need to be afraid of. When I say you are vast, I mean you as consciousness, not as body. You are not merely body alone. You are such vast. Hence, you just drop this imagination of all this, contemplating on these subjects like fear, protection, this thing and that thing. Be free.